so happy we alive.
Good evening and welcome to Louisville Late Night. This evening we're at the beautiful Comedy Caravan Comedy Club.
By putting them in concert, therefore letting all of the money from the golf tournament go to the charity.
Well, you've made a tremendous reputation here in Louisville with charity, with, you call it fundraising?
Well,
program. You raised $250,000 just last year, was it?
No, actually, we have a corporate commitment to help small self-help charities here in the community raise what we hope to be in excess of $100,000 every year. And this is a program that we started back in the 1980s. And we don't go out stumping for this very much, but the reality is in the year 2000 and 2001, and those 2 years combined, the total came to over $250,000. It was over $100,000 again last year in 1982. As recently as last night, we had a fundraising event here in the club for the Kentucky Humane Society. And next Wednesday, we have a benefit performance for Us Two International, which is a group of prostate cancer survivors and their support group. Next Thursday, the Links for Life women golfers raising money for breast cancer research will be here for the 4th year in a row. There are all kinds of groups, from high school baseball teams to sororities to full-time businesses raising money for their Metro United Way campaign. We just think that part of our job is to remind people that the first 3 letters in fundraising can be FUN. And teaching people to laugh all the way to the bank is a great thing to be able to do. And it's what I call the Help Tom Sleep Well at Night Fund.
That sounds like a great one.
Hey, it'd be terrific. You know, the only thing that would improve it is if there were some time when my accountant could figure out how we might be able to get a tax deduction for some of this.
Yeah.
Because we do this purely to be part of the community. And we're very fortunate. My staff feels the same way. I have my publicist, Rob Kirstein, known as the loneliest man in Louisville. He has a personal charity piece that he does for the Crusade for Children every year. Rob has a joke booth. It's all around town right now during May and June. Over the summer, it'll be at all the Catholic school or the Catholic church picnics. And Rob sets up a joke booth and mans it all day. And he charges people $1 to tell them a joke. He charges $5 to tell them a dirty joke. And he charges $20 if somebody wants to tell him a joke. And all the money from this is his personal donation to the Crusade for Children.
Oh, that's great.
It is. It truly involves laughing all the way to the bank.
I wonder, this is an oddball question for you, but just like you know, the Louisville Symphony and the Louisville Orchestra, the Louisville Ballet, Actors Theater, all of these entertainment oasis in Louisville have season tickets. And have you ever had season tickets here at the Comedy Club?
A season of 52 weeks is a little too much for anybody. And no, and those groups are all supported by the Fund for the Arts, and they're nonprofits, and they raise a lot of money through corporate donations and all kinds of things that we don't get. But they also have a limited season of 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 shows. You know, here
so
we
it's
do.
Just not practical for.
Well, I mean, we do over 500 shows a year in this building, and it's not just stand-up comedy. Last night's show was Mortal Comedy, an improv troupe doing improvisational competitive improv along the lines of Drew Carey's show, Whose Line Is It Anyway? And this past Monday night, we had our 18-piece big band here with a benefit show for the Crusade for Children. But the big band has been here the 3rd Monday of every month now for better than 4 years. We're about to have I guess we've just passed our 50th performance of the big band here. And that's pretty hot to sit in our little room, 6, 8, 10, 12 feet in front of a 14-piece horn section is really up close and personal with the music.
Yeah, I've heard it's really tremendous.
Well, come check it out.
I hope to be here soon. I almost came this Tuesday, in fact.
Roger Dane would make a great additional show for you.
Yeah, that would be very, very interesting. And I grew up in this neighborhood also, Tom, just a couple blocks from here, in fact. And And I'm bringing my mom to the show tonight, and I'm sure she would enjoy that big band. So hopefully I'll make that in the next month or so.
Well, her friends were certainly here this past Monday.
Oh yeah. And you all hold 250 people?
The showroom seats 250.
And I'm wondering, where are you going from here? Where does one who's done all the things that you've done, what are you excited about in the future?
I get really excited anytime I see somebody who has really that speaks to me. I'm thrilled to death to support it, and I'll support it with my laughter and my applause first. And I'll support it by trying to tell other people that I think this is somebody that's got something special to offer. We have a fellow who's been doing audience warm-up for Craig Kilborn's Late Late Show in Los Angeles for the last 3 years, who creatively is burnt out in Los Angeles. He's originally from New Hampshire, and for creative purposes, he's moving to Louisville, Kentucky. And it's amazing because a tremendous number of comedians over the past 15 years have moved to Louisville. Geographically, we sit in a great spot where there are a tremendous number of comedy clubs within a day's drive of Louisville. And this is a very artist-friendly community. And this is a very artist-friendly club. And when you see somebody who's got something special, you got to support it. So this fellow who's been doing audience warm-up for Craig Kilborn for the last 3 years is moving here, and earlier today, I picked up the phone and called a friend of mine in Chattanooga who has a comedy club there and said, with this fellow moving to Kentucky, you need to know about him. And as it turns out, I got the guy a job for next week.
All right.
Didn't take long.
So it sounds like your future may be a lot like your past. I mean, you're still excited about talent and nurturing it, basically.
The first comedian that I ever worked with was in Cincinnati at the Family Al Cafe approximately 32 or 33 years ago. His name is Dale Gagne. His brother, Don, is the White House correspondent for National Public Radio today. And Dale, who is a classically trained pianist, is the first comedian I ever worked with, and to this day he still has the finest demo videotape I've ever seen, and his press kit has the strongest quote I've ever seen in print regarding any comedian. The demo tape, which is about 7 minutes long, Dale doesn't appear in the videotape at all. It is every national television appearance he had ever made, the introductions, back to back to back. So you got Johnny Carson and Jay Leno and Mike Douglas and Merv Griffin all introducing him, but he's not on it. Great for generating credibility. And his press kit has a quote in it from the London Times. And it's a great quote, first off, because it's from a very credible source that not many comedians are likely to have a quote from. And the quote that I like so much reads, quite frankly, Dale Gagne is the wittiest and most intelligent performer to hit the London stage this year. I just don't know how you get a stronger quote than that. And Dale first performed for us here in Louisville at Shirley's Comedy Club in the fall of 1982.
I don't know, it doesn't, something just popped into my mind. A friend of mine has a business card, and on it says, be the change you want to make in the world, by Gandhi or something similar.
Which is a great one. Actually, a funny item, I booked a show for July 10th in Pittsburgh for the National Alliance of Blind Students. And they called me, as they have for several years, to provide entertainment for their national convention. And this year I'm sending a comedian from Columbus, Ohio, Troy Hammond, to entertain them there. And Troy, who is a blind comedian, which was totally appropriate, as we're negotiating this deal, we can't quite get enough money to make Troy happy. And finally Troy said to me, well, look, I'll accept it. I'll accept the offer as made, as long as nobody will object to my selling t-shirts after my show. And I thought, now Troy, that's pretty funny. A blind comedian gonna sell t-shirts after a show that he did for a convention of blind students. I like your entrepreneurial edge, that's pretty good. And he said, no, the t-shirts sell like hotcakes. I had the t-shirts made in Braille.